Hi, and good evening, everyone. This is Liz Whitaker of Divination Station Tarot. I'm going to give people just a few minutes to join. We are back. Three of Cups Divine Arts took a little bit of a hiatus because of the holiday, but I do believe this week is back and ready to go. So I hope everybody had a great holiday, whatever that holiday is, whatever you celebrate. I hope it was amazing. Here in Buffalo, New York, we had a really nice, mild Christmas. So really nice day. Again, I'll let everyone give it. And I'm going to try and share this around. So don't mind me. I'm just going to see if I can figure out how to share. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and share that in my group. Okay. Hi. Welcome to Divination Station TV. I'm Liz Whitaker, your host for this broadcast. Today, I will be talking about the Magician. When you join the live broadcast, please take a moment, drop where you come from and your pronouns in the comments. If you're watching the replay, please comment with #replay so we know people are interested in the replay, and it will also help us kind of pay attention to your comments. Remember to share the broadcast and comment #share. You know who has shared. If you do share, there is time afterwards to go ahead and do some live polls. I will do that. Don't forget to love or wow react this video. Share to your page, tag your friends in the comments. You'll not only be helping us improve our organic reach on this page, but you'll also be helping others who might be interested in the show. It'll help them find me. I hope you enjoy the show this evening, and I do look forward to getting to know you better. And it looks like Facebook might tag with comments here today, so please bear with me. I will be keeping an eye on the comments and commenting as they come in. Okay, hi. Again, I am Liz Whitaker. I'm the host of Divination Station TV. I specialize in tarot education and readings, and I'm currently learning about podcasting and literally anything else that comes my way. I have to learn it all. I'm outside the divine arts. I can be found hanging out with my cats, reading, and listening to a ton of podcasts. I'm LGBT plus friendly and polyamory friendly. My pronouns are she, her. Hi, Tina. I am the owner of Divination Station and Liz Whitaker Intuitive Coaching, and an admin of the Divination Station group as well. I'd love to see your name on my page and in the group, as well as here on Three of Cups Divine Arts. Please comment if you have any questions about who I am and what I do on the channel. Okay, so it looks like we have quite a few joining us here. So I will go ahead and get started. So the format of the show, we're going to kind of do a few minutes of chit chat. Definitely feel free to comment. I will try and keep up as I can. Questions, comments as we're going along, anything like that is fantastic. So last week, we did talk about the Empress and those wonderful things that the Empress stands for. Creation. She is Demeter. She represents, all things natural and creative. Today, we're going to be going over the Emperor, and it's kind of really divine timing. Because as we go into 2020, that is an Emperor year, and I will touch on that after we go through all of the tarot stuff about the Emperor. Okay. So this is the Emperor. We can kind of see there wearing, so we're just going to kind of describe him and kind of see what's going on with him. So he is in a throne, looks concrete, looks like stone, orange background, red robes, yellow. If you know anything about the on or color theory, color in tarot, reds are passion, oranges is fire. So all of this kind of represents already off the bat that we're talking about energy. And we have that, all of that good, like fiery energy. Thank you, Lauren. Hi. Again, once you are joining, feel free to go ahead, introduce yourself, let us know your pronouns, where you are in the, where you're located, and yeah. Okay. So the Emperor is number 4 in the Major Arcana. He is the divine masculine. He brings us. So what does that mean? So previously we had the Empress, right? She has all of these, gorgeous, wild flowers. And then the Emperor kind of comes in right after. And it's kind of that like more masculine, authoritative energy that comes right after that. He prunes back the Empress's wild garden and makes it something that's easier to maintain. Doesn't take away the beauty. He's not there to destroy it. He's there to make it. He brings order to chaos. The Emperor carves a path for mankind to navigate in the wilderness. He has energy of authority. You can kind of see it there as he's, got his hands centered. He's looking forward directly at us. He can represent like a boss or a father figure, some, divine masculine energy. He can represent the patriarchy and the rigid rule of society. There are a lot of times when he comes up, I know a lot of people are not comfortable with this card. This is one of their least favorite cards of the tarot because of those associations. The Emperor can appear when your life needs some order, or if you're trying too hard to control aspects of your life that you can't. The Emperor, but it's not working. Hello, Milagros. Thank you, Mel. Yes, and the consensus is that I look very pretty today, and thank you. His astrological course is Aries. That's where all that fire energy is going to come from. The oranges and the reds convey that fire energy. The ram's heads on his throne, you can see there's the 4 ram's heads. That right there, even if you don't know much about tarot or astrology, you can kind of see that. What do you think are some key differences between the Emperor and the Hierophant? Lauren, that's a great question. I'm going to do the Hierophant next week, and I'm going to tackle those because I want to make sure that we kind of go over what the Emperor is here and then what the Hierophant is. Hierophant is more, just real quick, something like a school. You have that very structured learning. Religion, it's more dogmatic. So there's rules that are written and handed out. The Emperor more stands and sees what needs to be done. The Hierophant comes in, and this is how we do it. So the Emperor's like, this is what we do. The Hierophant is, this is how we do it. Lauren, hi. When I comment, it doesn't show up in the feed. It will. It's slow. It will pop up, and I'm doing my very best to kind of keep up. Keep popping in, keep commenting. Goes, thank you. And I am well. There are some differences of the Hierophant, but again, we'll go into that a little bit more when we can look at the archetype of the Hierophant next week and compare it to the Emperor. So it's symbolic of Aries. Aries, the ruling planet is Mars. So Mars is the planet of war. It's the red planet, the angry planet. He still wears his armor. You know, we can kind of see on his feet there's he's still wearing his armor. He's still ready to go. And then number 4 represents stability and consistency. So think of, the four pillars, the 4 corners of his throne. He's not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. So that number 4 represents that stability, where the Empress, that 3 is creation energy. He is stable on a stone throne, and his stern gaze has that air of confidence. He is. Okay, Lauren says that is a super helpful distinction, and like I said, hopefully we can get into it more. Wasn't sure if I was late or as old or just lagging. It is just lagging. We're trying to keep up. All right, and Felicia, hi Felicia. Once again, if you're popping in, please go ahead and share where you're located, your pronouns, and just say a little bit about yourself. Again, any questions, anything like that is definitely welcome. And I'll try to keep up with the comments as I can. When the Emperor appears, you might need to stand up for yourself. Look at your surroundings. Are they cluttered? Do you feel like boxed in by your own, the kind of like the signs of like past creative bursts, where we want that new craft, or we get interested in something and we get all of the things and we spread it all out. And then after a while, we're like, it almost feels like too claustrophobic. This is where the Emperor comes in and tells you to clean your room. We have to clear it out. You can think. Then you can think. Some people feel uncomfortable with the energy of the Emperor. Like I said, Lauren, hi. And it is a very straightforward masculine energy. It can represent the patriarchy. It can represent, very strict societal rules, gender roles. I know, a lot of me and a lot of my, colleagues that I work with in the tarot realm want to kind of try to break that down. There are some cards that still really have that energy. And depending on your personal experiences with this archetypal energy, it might be uncomfortable to come up. There may have been some trauma, that comes with that. You might have to figure out how to work through that. What are your issues with the energy? Sometimes we're uncomfortable with what we need most. That's the truth. We don't want to see it because we know we need it. Yes, Lauren says, I need a gif of Liz holding the Emperor and saying, clean your room. Yeah. As the Empress plants of creation, the Emperor plants the garden that will feed society. And that's why, both are needed, because we need that creative spark. We need that energy. And then sometimes we need that stability to make it sustainable. So that's the Emperor. And again, he does represent Aries. And that's going to be our tarot tip of the day when we finish that. So he does have that like fiery, go get 'em attitude. Kitty, hi. Lauren says, I love when I see the Emperor. I know it's time to regroup and establish my grounding. Yes. And that is a perfect introduction to 2020 coming up. 2020 is an Emperor year, the whole year. What does that mean? So if we do 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0, it's 4. And 4 is the Emperor. I pulled the wrong one. That's fine. It's the Emperor too. So what does that mean? So that means the whole year will have that energy. Things will slow down. We will regroup. We will establish grounding. We will reground and regroup. If you felt out of control in 2019, and let's I think everybody's year was just bonkers. 2020 will start to stabilize. That Emperor is that Mars, Aries, fire energy. Much emphasis will be placed on the divine masculine. Things like stability, action, material items will come in more into play. It's going to be less fly by the seat of your pants. Empress energy. Again, the Empress energy is needed to, really inspire us to create. But we need that Emperor energy to kind of rein it in and figure out something that is stable and we can sustain. All right, we have Becky. Hi. So the Empress energy is that creation based on intuition. The Emperor is planning and forming an architecture for that plan. So I really think this whole year coming up we're going to see a little bit more stability. Things are going to feel a little bit better overall. And we're going to regroup. Yep, just finished my work for 2020. No more time wasted. Make it happen as a true Aries. So, fun fact, I'm an Aries. I know there's there's 3 other Aries here. I can't help but feel that it's going to have that like cardinal energy too. It's really going to have that energy. If you're friends with an Aries, you know that energy where they're just really going to take you by the hand and say, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And I really think that this year is kind of going to have that cardinal Aries energy. And any of us that, are Aries or fire signs, I think we're going to be able to like blaze that trail because, Aries, to be clear. So that's kind of what I have to say about the Emperor. Again, go ahead and make any comments, any questions you do have. I'm going to go through and show the different decks and what the Emperors look like, and we can kind of compare and contrast there. So again, we have the Rider-Waite-Smith. So this is kind of that traditional Emperor, Terra de Marseille. So you have him, kind of looking off to the side. He's still holding that scepter. He still looks like he's in charge. He's actually a smidge more relaxed than the Rider-Waite-Smith Emperor, I think. But that doesn't mean he looks any less in control. He has that shield down there. You're going to see that shield pop up. He's got a lot of that gold color on. He's got the scepter here. And this is the Thoth Emperor. So again, you have the shield with almost that like lion and flame kind of behind it, winged lion. So Griffin kind of energy. And he almost looks like larger than life, like everything surrounding this Emperor. All right, we have Jennifer. Hi. So it looks like, it looks like everything is tiny surrounding him. Like the scepter looks tiny in his hands. So it's like that larger than life, authoritative masculine energy. Oranges, yellows kind of represents that fire immensely. He's also got the rams behind him, and then he has like the discs representing the sun. He's also holding that. It's representative of the golden apple. And we'll go over that symbolism in a moment. And Kitty says, this is what I need this year. Blaze that trail, not ride by my seat anymore. That's right. And this is the Tarot of the Cat, people. So again, this one, he is standing instead of sitting. And he's got, he's got a companion by his side there. And definitely looks like authoritative robes, the gold colors, the regal, and he's got his little kitty on his staff. So this one is Tarot of the Silicone Dawn. This tarot is by Egypt or Nash. It's a really unique deck. I think it has 90, I want to say 96 cards total. Egypt adds another suit, adds more cards. They add a ton of awesome things to the tarot. It's a very queer-friendly, intersectional deck. Really plays with gender roles, and you can kind of see this emperor kind of reminds me of like wearing like 70s like really like funky bell bottoms. Still have that fire energy. You know, the hair almost is represented by flames. The chair is really tall, looks like a director's chair, and the scepter is more of a staff. You know, but we still have that idea of looking ahead. We have the horns and the fire. So even though it's a really different take on the emperor, it's still the emperor energy. And then we have the wild unknown. Again, a really different take. This one doesn't have any people on it, and yet still conveys that strong authoritative presence. So we have that tall evergreen tree. And evergreens can grow very quickly, but they're very strong. And they are evergreen. So they are, Amy says hi. Hi, Amy. And then we have that idea of the sun. It almost looks like it's an eclipse. So we have that energy too. So that strong, stable, not going anywhere energy with that fire. Again, as you pop on, if you could go ahead and share the live feed around, comment hashtag shared, share it to your news feed, share it to group pages that you're part of. I will be doing free one-card readings at the end of the educational portion. And it kind of lets everybody else know that, you know, we're out there at Three of Cups Divine Arts, and they know how to find us. And tarot, the Modern Witch Tarot. So again, this is a deck that I'm going to be featuring quite frequently this year. So this one is a more female presenting emperor. You know, has that crown with the goats, the ram's horns. So it's almost like personifying that Aries energy, not just being surrounded by it, but being it. You know, we have again that Ankh, which is, you know, throughout all of the emperor energies. We have that, you know, the red suit, the orange vest, and that authoritative stance. And this one is the Goddess Tarot. So Goddess, and we have Freya. Represents 4, power. Because she is power. You know, Freya is love. Freya is war. She kind of bridges the Aesir and the Vanir. She's that bridge. And she has a chariot driven by cats, so that's pretty perfect too. You know, here we do have, I can't really see it there, but on her chariot there are drawings of depictions of lions too. So it kind of has that fire energy. So there are similar symbolism throughout the Emperor cards. And that Ankh represents power and stability, again, an ancient symbol that's kind of translated and persisted with the Emperor. All right, and if anybody has any questions over there, go ahead and pop it in. And it looks like Facebook may be bouncing people in and out, so if you are coming back, that's fine. Again, just go ahead and comment with your, where you're from. There we go. You know, if you share it, go ahead and comment hashtag shared. So you'll go ahead and get a reading from me towards the end of the broadcast. So last week, I do want to go ahead and get into the card pull for last week. which was last week, 2 weeks ago. So this one was the Three of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So again, last broadcast was again kind of showing us, that there's better things coming up. It's like from that dark night that we've had, and we've been planning ahead for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shuffle the deck. We're going to do a 3-card pull. That's going to be the kind of tarot forecast for the week upcoming. And while I'm doing this, so if you do follow my personal page, Divination Station Tarot, you will see that I am doing a giveaway on my page, my personal page. If you've ever had a reading from me, taken a class from me, anything like that, pop over there, give a review or recommendation. As soon as you do that, you are automatically entered into the drawing. That drawing will be a free reading from me, along with a custom consultation and spell jar to kind of what you need after that. So we can go ahead and talk about, where you're at. I'm going to bring in like coaching modalities, different divination modalities, and really going to see where you're at and what you might need right now. And I'm going to put together a spell jar for you. So I will go ahead and that drawing on February 1st, so there'll be plenty of time. So pop over to my page and again, leave a review or recommendation. I do also suggest if you go into the Three of Cups Divine Arts, and click on there on the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a little bell. It's going to give you notifications whenever anybody on Three of Cups Divine Arts goes live. I know at 9 o'clock I am going to be watching Dark Moon Mystic, so I'm excited about that. All right, we got a couple shares. Awesome. All right, so for the week ahead, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Swords, and the Hierophant. And I think Hierophant is one of those words that I kind of say funny because I've read it and I didn't really know how to say it. So yes, I am aware that I sometimes overpronounce words, and Hierophant is one of them. It is what it is, and that's how it's going to be. And Mel says, I need to bring Emperor energy for myself for balance. Yes, way too heavy on feminine energy. So that way too heavy is subjective. If you think you're too heavy, you're too heavy. Balance it out. So the week ahead, we have the Knight of Pentacles. He's kind of the most steadfast of the knights. Pentacles are grounding. They're the earth energy, their money, their material. Knight of Pentacles is pragmatic. He is practical. He asks everybody to, really kind of stand your ground, eye on the prize. You know what you're working for, work the plan. Now is not the time to deviate from that. Now is the time to just kind of keep going, 1 foot ahead of the other. And Five of Swords. So Five of Swords, swords are air energy, their communication. This one can come up where, we might think we want an argument, or someone around us, we were involved in an argument, and it's kind of that Pyrrhic victory card, I like to call it. So you kind of won, but at what cost? You can kind of see the guy, he's got his 3 swords, looking super smug, but now he's got these extra 2 swords that he can't carry. He's got his hands full. So we got the 2 guys back there kind of looking down, like you can just tell they're kind of like dejected, and the water behind it is like that chop hash lines in the Rider-Waite-Smith water like that. I see it as like kind of choppy, not exactly wavy, but it's uneasy. It's uneasy. We have the clouds here. So kind of storms a brewing. Someone thinks they got away with it. They feel pretty good right about it. But I'd like to know where they're at, 2 cards from now and see how good they feel about it. I will figure that out sooner or later. So then we have the Hierophant. So after all of this, we're working towards that. Maybe someone's trying to kind of come in and maybe even distract us from what we're doing. We know how to get it done. The Hierophant is the plan that we've had in place. Remember, the Emperor kind of knows what needs to be done. The Hierophant knows how to do it. So that's, kind of wrapping that up. And this will actually be a good start to next week when we actually look at the Hierophant. So, kind of a quick snapshot here in comparison to the Emperor, which has already been shoveled back in here. He kind of has a similar appearance. He's wearing red. He's facing, the two accolades, whatever you want, down there. There are the 2 stable pillars. The Hierophant more represents think of religion and society. If the Emperor is society and how we society, he is how we do it good or moral with a plan. So that is the kind of tarot forecast for this upcoming week. And, I'd be interested to see if any of these energies resonate for you and how they do throughout the week. So if you are here, anything that happens throughout the week that kind of reminds you of those, you can pop in the replay, do a hashtag replay, and kind of say, hey, this came up, really reminded me of that. Or next week when we're talking about them, you can kind of go ahead and share any experiences that make you kind of think that. So before we go to the individual readings, I do want to go over the tarot tip of the day. So this is going to start looking at astrological correspondences and tarot. I did a class that I taught with Elizabeth of Starry Wonder. She's the astrology Liz, I'm the tarot Liz. And it was a wonderful class. I think we both learned so much in the levels that go into both tarot and astrology. Every zodiac sign, every one of the 12 major, zodiac signs has an astrological correspondence. We'll kind of talk about them as they come up, because that would be unto itself. But today I thought it would be a good place to bring. Emperor does represent Aries. So if you see the Emperor come up, few things to look at. Do I need order in life? Am I trying to control too much? I get the Emperor a lot, just saying. Are you trying to plan too much? Are you trying to plan your life to the minute? Yes, that's me. Is it always possible? No. Things always pop up and throw a wrench in that. Also, Aries. If that Emperor pops up, you can kind of look around and see, okay, where's this energy coming from? Can also be a time frame. So that, end of March into middle of April time frame. I really find that that's helpful to think of when I see those major astrological correspondences pop up. All right, so we have follow the shares. So we're going to follow in order. Okay, so that's a tarot tip. All astrological signs have tarot correspondence, and that's a whole nother interesting layer to look at with tarot. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and So Kitty is first. All right, so we'll go ahead and pull. And I am using Rider-Waite-Smith for the pulls this week. Eventually, I'm going to start using other decks. I just can never decide beforehand. So, all right, and Kitty, get Page of Pentacles. Pages are that energy of always learning. Students. Pentacles are the earth energy. Pages are the earth energy. So you need to ground. You're grounded. So you need to kind of look at, where your life is, what's going on, and maybe do some grounding exercises. You can contact me and we can go over a few more. I think we did before, actually, now that I think about it. Hematite, obsidian, any of those dark. Hematite's an amazing grounding stone. If you have any, throw it in your pocket, carry it around. But there's such hope to this card. Whenever I see this card, it's like, he's like excited. It's like anticipation. So he's very excited to learn about these new methods that are coming into his life. So Kitty, if you have any, questions or, anything else, any questions about that, let me know. Amy Standard is next. So Amy, your card is coming up. I got a ring light, but apparently the battery life is not. So this is my first run with it. Because why would I try it out before? Why would I do that? But it's all right. I'll know for next time. All right. And Kitty said, yes, we did. And I'm working on it. Good. So keep going. We got that Knight of Pentacles energy for this week. Keep going with it. You're doing the right thing. You're doing good. Just keep going. All right. And Amy, the Magician. All about manifestation. Beautiful card to have right before the new year. Magician is, again, the divine masculine, but in the potential energy. He's got all of the tools laid out. He's receiving the energy from the universe. He's just got to figure out what to do with it. So as the new year comes, do your what worked in 2019, what didn't, what can I do better, and that do better, manifest that in 2020, do better. So that is actually coming through as a pretty good message for you. Not that you did bad. I don't want to say that, but do better is really what's coming through with the Magician for you. In the kind of way. So Amy Standard, that's for you. And again, if you have any comments in there, go ahead and let me know. All right, and we got card for Mel coming up next. And we got Knight of Pentacles. So apparently Knight of Pentacles energy is really strong for you this week. Again, really dig in what you're doing. Stay the course, not really a time to change much. But I would kind of recommend against getting too stubborn with it. That's kind of the, opposite end of Knight of Pentacles energy, is that almost stubborn and won't change course no matter what energy. So got a lot of earth energy going on this week. Which is kind of good based on all of the kind of lunar stuff that's been going on lately. So really check in with this ground energy for you, and kind of see where you're at. And Amy says, desperately trying to figure it all out. So, Amy, do for 2020. I'm not going to make resolutions necessarily. I am going to do exactly, what I said. I'm going to see what worked in 2019, business wise for sure, because it's been the first year that I really kind of dug into my business. I'm going to see what worked. I'm going to see what didn't. I'm going to say release what didn't, and I'm going to do more of what did. And that takes time, brain, so you got to put that, you got to get that emperor brain on, doing the analysis. We might have put in all of that empress energy, and now is that time to really evaluate it. And you're welcome. And yes, Melissa, I think, Mel, you are going in the right direction, but slow and steady. There's no rush. All right. And now we have Milagros. Okay. Ace of Swords. So again, this is for Milagros, Ace of Swords. So swords, again, is that air energy. Aces are new opportunities. New opportunities to find your voice. That's kind of really what popped into my head with that. So really kind of find out what is your voice? What do you want? And say it. So I think 2020 for you is going to be a year of being clear with your words. And she says, absolutely. And this it almost has that lady of the sword of the Lady of the Lake. It looks like it has like that seaweed falling down, the energy. So there's so much energy. There's so much that the world needs to hear from you. So, for this week and really 2020 in general, speak your truth. Find your voice, speak your truth. And we have one for Jennifer. Hierophant. So again, we got a lot of repeaters here. That's fine. So Jennifer, so we have the Hierophant. Definitely tune in next week, and you can kind of see, we can kind of get into it a little bit deeper. But your card for the week is the Hierophant. So what's kind of coming in right now for this is learning. Like, are you teaching a class? Are you taking a class? There's an exchange of energy, learning from someone like a mentor, or teaching, and then giving you that chance in the future to give that energy and teach to someone else. So if that resonates, let me know. Again, that one was for Jennifer. You have the Hierophant, and again, just that I'm getting that teaching energy, because that's something that the Hierophant is as well. It's teaching, it's learning, it's structured learning. And even this is learning in a way. I do have a structure, I do put in, it is educational, and you learn, hopefully. So again, Jennifer, if you have any questions about that, pop in and let me know. And I think that will about wrap it up for today. So again, I am really excited about this Emperor energy coming 2020. I'm not low key. I'm like high key gonna think of it as like my year, because it's Emperor, it's Aries year, and it's my year. So yeah, all the Aries out there, you're welcome to kind of high key join me on board with that one. So yeah, so for our pull with the Knight of Pentacles, oh crap, I'll put it in the notes. So yeah, sage Three of Cups, Divine Arts. Oh, and Jennifer says that's probably why saw a bald eagle. I have heard mention, I've seen news stories about bald eagles going from there was like 10 in a tree to there's, bald eagles are dying. So I've seen articles about bald eagles on like both ends of the spectrum today. So I'm going to have to look into that too. But yes, bald eagle definitely has that energy. So awesome. So again, that'll about wrap it up. Thank you for being here with me at Three of Cups, Divine Arts. Don't forget to tag your friends in the comments and invite them to like the page for more great shows like Divination Station TV. Remember, you can catch me, Liz Whitaker, at Divination Station Tarot for more of what you've seen tonight. I'll happily answer any questions through Messenger. If you do happen to catch this on replay, please hashtag replay. And comment as you go through, and I will go ahead and get those comments and answer as I can. Again, thank you so much. Tune in today at 9 o'clock for Dark Moon Mystic, Coraline Hemlock. I'm looking forward to that show. And tune in. I will be starting the broadcast at 8 p.m. Starting next week. So January they're going to be at 8 p.m. So awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Be sure to share the replay around, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.